fantastic Inferno games.
Silence so far towards the B site. Everybody holding what they have. Hobbit going to respond with some utility here. It is, of course, a smoke ahead of the T's. MOUZ will not respect it. They're going to try to press into Shiro. He gives up that first coffin spot. Hobbit, a third of him gone, but the nade will find its home. Almost enough to kill Dexter, but he'll stand for now. Falls back into the side of sight. And we get the old 5v5 retake to get this quarterfinal going. There is a flank from Exertion, and he just started walking at what could be the perfect moment.
Oh.
However, Axile waits. Chops down the first. We've got the first blood, the way of C9, but bomb plant, if that counts, well, that's in the hands of MOUZ. JDC is going to get this one going. 2 headshots to his name. Axile with a team kill, and left on his own versus 4. That retake had nothing compared to...
Against Heroic on Inferno, where I gave them a compliment of saying that they were playing like they were playing online. That's how perfect the CS was on their T-side comeback, as pointed out by Maui. Really unbelievable scenes at that moment, but a good CT side is what we know they're known for. It's a kind of a great clash, fire and ice here with Mousesports, who have put up some of the best T-side so far in the major.
Yeah, good point. I like that. The impenetrable defense tested by the best of these T's. MOUZ again, double up, in from Shiro. A little bit of money and a little bit of a warning maybe. When the pistol goes that easily for MOUZ, nobody had yet been smacked or stunned. And now with that, at least 2 kills to Shiro. It's also going to rack up some money for his op. I think that is an interesting conversation when this head-to-head comes through, right? We want to say fire and ice. Well, we can isolate the oppers in that regard. Shiro has been unstoppable, and Torzy, despite being touted as being an up-and-comer and showing us great things when this roster first forms, this has been a rocky event for him. So we'll give him the label. The support of supports is Inters. And a nice stacked up site. Frozen continues to just move forward here. Nothing seen so far. Little pillar will reveal itself, and off the flashbang, Inters activates. That's the warning for bomb to go back. And in doing so, it'll find Shiro again low because of his first foray down middle, and waiting for some kind of a desperate rotate. Cloud9, little to lose here, try to run out. Dexter very quickly catching the headshot of the counter IGL. They're worried about the pit, it's not occupied. Shiro's been dealt with. All the 3 remaining CTs over towards the arch end. MOUZ have gone and done it. They find this open A site. They get through nearly unscathed, and that's going to be the 3-0 start.
My absolute favorite thing about Mousesports, watching their T-sides, their Inferno games, where we've seen so many Inferno picks and deciders coming out against MOUZ, and they've been happy to play it. It's on T-sides, you can just see how much they've dry run, and I think you can't give that kind of compliment to that many teams where everybody is struggling on the attack to stay organized and not fall apart when they lose a kill. Well, Mousesports are that team right now. And we're going to see a lot of R traps in this half, a lot of B attacks that look like they have crystal clarity on how the round will end. But as it's a bit more interesting now, post-plant.
The old habits die hard. We've seen dozens of professional players still fall to it. And the exits will continue to deliver. Nice push from Hobbit through the smoke and almost in with a second. Torzy's been pressed into that smoke grenade, waiting to maybe line something up. Dexter tries his hand. Exertion in the meanwhile comes rocking up, immediately coming in lane, and he's gonna get the better of Inters. We have all this fight going on in the background, and it's actually Exertion to just press in. Missed shot. Come on, Torzy. Those are the sitters. He's looking down ramp. There's 33 health left on him, but it doesn't even matter what's going down on Banana because Dexter brings in through the bomb, and it's all Exertion. It's all him. He slides through, finds his pocket, and walks away with MOUZ on a 4th, denying Cloud9 and their rifles.
Yeah, it was Exertion's trade allows him to smoke Moto down, and there's no chance to retake in. Inters had a few seconds to try to win that, and Exertion wasn't looking in his direction either, so I was going to say, in terms of the entries, first of all, right here, it's a beautiful. They do have a gap on lane. They're not spotting it from Arch. Axile's taking a deep angle.
Would have been that to recover, but doesn't find it. And now, listen, we've got the upgrade here. Cloud9, Shiro, on and off. This AWP has been dominating from the challengers through the legends. And now hopefully into the championship stage. This would be the absolute worst time to lose the likes of Shiro. Even in their attempts to beat, let's say, Greyhound, Shiro was still leaps and bounds above. He's been dragging Cloud9, kicking and screaming through the start of this event, long enough for everybody else to start to activate.
They've interrupted some important protocols here on Banana. We saw the targeted attack on Frozen in the last round. That was successful here. They tried to do it again, but when that window flash came out, they gave up after mollying Bell, and I think they wanted to try to swing on it. Now they're playing without information in a 5v5. But we know Cloud9 are very comfortable in passive setups. Let's see if they can stop this attack.
Ooh, Shiro didn't shoot. We're going to get Nafany off of the oranges, at least deliver one. And utility protocol good. It kept the T's stunned. That shot landed. Dexter's wounded. However, still gets the headshot. It's Nafany in with the hold as bomb goes down and the A site completely clear.
They've been using exertion very aggressively, very frequently, either lurking or entering over on the A side.
Keep eyes on it as yet again he's at the helm of this. Hobbit, previous major champion, graces the server and
feels like
Cloud9,
yesterday,
doesn't it?
I heard they rolled out the red carpet for him
When he went back to Kazakhstan.
Yes, I think
Government met him there. So definitely a hero. JDC, point of contact outside short. We've got nothing on the side of Arch here for C9. It's a pasted setup on the B site.
Again,
and Exile starts to feel pressure here.
Again, versus these CIS lineups, they're so comfortable playing without info, and I don't give anybody else a break, honestly, when I'm casting, but when it comes to teams like Navi and Cloud9, if they go full passive, I know they still have a really good plan or a read. In this situation, they're in good position with a double pit to stop a Halls pop as well as any lane split. Now, this is that Arch trap I was talking about earlier, where MOUZ have very good dry run protocols, but 25 seconds, they actually can't go Arch anymore.
So now they have to come into what could be the meat grinder. Exile down at the hands of JDC, but Hobbit's right beneath him, pulling him inwards, and enters inside the site, holds it off. Oh, they get murdered by Hobbit! Natural father instincts.
Yeah.
Take care of your kin. Lead them to death. As Hobbit primes the incendiary on the Arch. MOUZ will finally round that corner.
That is something with these guys. I mean, they're always joking around.
Yes, the mood's always high. Hobbit, ooh, good amount of damage.
Oh, that flash
sets him back up, and he mows down 3 players. Enters in with flash assists in abundance, and MOUZ are just gonna get stalled out over towards Arch. B players coming. Exile warming up as they remain in the open. So sure enough, as expected, pistols mean absolutely nothing.
Hobbit remembering his training there, perfect spray control into a perfect flash dodge, into another great spray, never overcommitting at any point of this. Getting some headshots off the corner of the wall, but receiving some too, and so staying alive. Oh my goodness. It really do be your own homie.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Shiro. We're not talking about pressing down into middle. Well, how about that? Presses through the apartments. We talked about JDC being utilized as that apartment entry. He doesn't even get to the CT's apartments. Door locked. And MOUZ fretting as they fall into the 5v4.
It's a comfy spot. You know, the entry's down in this round, so C9 can really take a pause. Let the round come to them. They were already in the 5v5 willing to chill for a bit. So we've got some of the kind of late round clear out grenades for Car in case they have any type of lurk here. And this buys them a window. Now we see a heavy rotation out of Cloud9, but they leave Shiro over on the B site. And now they'll start to walk it back. One of the symptoms of playing blind, but they still have numbers.
They're going to follow through. Shiro posted, ready to get a second. Flash finds him. Nafany peeks in. He'll get the better of Frozen. Now they're going to go for the boost. Right in the nick of time. Bomb gets stopped by Hobbit. Excellently done through that. And while Nafany's been toppled, it just falls on to Dexter. A valiant attempt here, 1v5. He at least gets that bomb down, but then enters, rotates through. That's 2 frags through the CT smoke. Talk about pressure. Again, just wait. It's going to have to be MOUZ to take control of this one, and off of the flash and smoke, they'll press into the porch. Axile rocks him. 2 kills easy. Inter's always there. And honestly, it's a nice clean shot from the lowest HP player of the MOUZ camp, but that also gets stopped.
But Hobbit, throughout every stage with a rifle in hand, has really kept up. He was on sale on Fantasy if you missed him.
Thanks for rubbing that in.
I forgot to do mine. So.
Oh, okay. Hobbit, speak of him. Pressured somewhat, but the util's healthy. Minute mark, and MOUZ start to carve out some information off the top banana. We've had Cloud9 in recent rounds get away from what was just that coffin and orange setup.
Now, we don't have any mollies to stop the attack, so there's always a threat they come through smokes. Hop just goes right into the arms of Shiro.
Easy.
And the flashes to counter on the attack. Hobbit waiting for a push. Ooh. Damage goes in.
Ooh. Oh. Dexter, he's already deep, and they know that op is back there. Shiro manages to get a second on this hold while both the rotates go down. It is Shiro to try and keep C9 inside this B site. Man advantage in the post plant.
My God.
Smoke meeting them at CT. Inters and Axile trying to rotate. They are being flanked. Eventually, JDC will strike them down, assuming that by the time he gets into position, his teammates aren't already dead. Dexter off of his spot. We've got one in this close water, and they opt not to go boosting inwards. They think they can leave, but no, sir. Denied any further exit. MOUZ, they will get that entry, and it comes by way of Dexter.
Great rounds out of a great round out of MOUZ. Another round. T lineup.
Oh, whoa, whoa! Right back at it. Oh, it's deadly. Perfect flash in from Hobbit. Expectant of the wrap from underground. Torzy.
See that angle? Exposed to CT. Not worried about it though.
All good. And who do you have to support? Shiro sees a sliver of exertion, chops his hands right off, and middle belongs to Cloud9. So they'll take that last round win personally, and they decide to throw their heaviest hitters straight down that mid lane. Axile excellently done, looked like nothing but confidence, and I would say even pre-existing information. So ready for that first player to jump back up, but JDC, hold your breath, because he's going off. And while he does get those first 2, they'll see that open route, envisioning an attempt to entry over at that B site, 2 versus 5, in what was such a confident first fight from C9.
There's lots of time as well. C9 are reading this pretty damn well. Enters has his full set of utility, and is starting to drop the counter utility as well. Mollies go down back site. Dexter, the hero of last round. JDC with the 2 entries now. What can they do?
Ooh, not cross for free. That much apparent. And
strategies of testing Banana a little bit. Passive on the A site, and JDC, this is what he was specialized in.
Looked good last round. Can he do it here? Axile sees him flooding out. Inters trying to help, but JDC locks into the little pit, and Axile decides to get Dexter over top. Still alive, and Inters, of course, lending that critical helping hand. It's a singular point of HP, and Exertion waits him out. Bullets whizzing by him, but still there is a fight, and it comes by way of Torzy. Exertion gets the better of Hobbit. 1 HP was not enough to keep that one going, but Inters is pinned in the corner, being spammed in from lane. They've managed to crack it open, but they have to cross. Ooh, and Shiro misses the first shot, would have a chance at the second, loses the tracking, takes a chance. And what do you know? MOUZ have pressed through in what looked like such a dead situation.
Unreal spam into cold from lane. That was real beautiful. That was one way to get...
Trying to press forward. He's in the right position. Just a matter of hitting it. Just a matter. And it gets taken away from him. Luckily, Shiro's set up there to trade it, but this could just transition MOUZ into a more aggressive A hit. And when they hit this site, they tend to succeed. Inters predictably in the same position. Hobbit decides to get hella aggressive, and all the while we start to get that arch wrap. But look at your mini-map. CT surrounding this setup, and Hobbit, he's going to hear Torzy leave from Boiler, ready as he watched Smoke for a moment, slipping in between it all, and MOUZ don't know what's going on. Torzy pulls the trigger, instantly dead just as quick, and JDC will find Hobbit by surprise.
Low in the site is Inters with 46 health. He's tucked into a good spot. Rotation.
Same spot.
Yeah, the help is coming. I don't think he's getting spammed this time around, but he might just straight up lose.
He's a little deeper in. He gets the best of JDC. Dexter's going to burn him out of the open. But you always have to be worried about that op, and Inters doesn't move. Dexter straight up gets the kill. Shiro's going to start to round back around short. Dexter, gun in hands, but back turn. And with that, alluded to the JDC setup, the specialism from him, but yeah, poke the bear, and it will tear you limb from limb.
What?
You welcome that one. Here's the press. nafny fully blind. Wow, somehow survives. It's a pistol out, a flash in front. Dexter gets him down. And Shiro, well, he kind of gets drawn into the open, missing 1 or 2 shots and giving Hobbit a chance to just clean this up. It looks scary, but he holds. Frozen a little bit further back. This could actually catch Hobbit off. No, sir. Nah, too sharp. Hobbit continuing in his winning ways, now 17-7. And it's going to be MOUZ with, well, about more of the same. Inters inside bomb site, Axile up towards Graveyard. And a nice slow flank coming through from Cloud9. Exertion awaits it. Unfortunately for him, he can't go help Torzy because he's worried about that flank. If Torzy can get 1 kill, then maybe they can get themselves flying into the A site for what feels like a 5th time. But they'll pull the cord on this one. They're going to give it up. They're going to allow Cloud9 to establish that 8th, and it just becomes about saving this op and AK.
Yeah, a little awkward, but yeah, the Torzy op's just too expensive to get back, so they'll give it a go to try to lock up a 7th round at perfect crosshair placement when there's not even an angle. There's not even an angle there, and he still figures out where the head is.
Little bargain by for MOUZ to close out the 15th. Already again with some presence inside brackets. We've got Axile up in apartments. And JDC, you know, we give him credit where it's due. Played great, exceeded expectations even, but I think that last round is really just a sign of things that could come. If once we swap sides, it's more of that. Minute left in this offense here from MOUZ. Can't forget, they put 4 rounds up before Cloud9 got any. And then Rifles really turned the tail of this one.
nafny right now is getting a lot of free play off of this spot on the half wall, and they're still setting up to get him back. MOUZ obviously is too smart to let this go for free, but with so much time burned, MOUZ are getting shut out of the idea of taking the B side. I think nafny is smiling internally right now at the information gain. Oh my God, with the swing!
Oh, old M4A1S would get it, but he finds that pocket, and it feels like just because he was given all that space, that little, you know, sanctuary towards top banana, no wonder he gets comfortable enough to slide out and to chop them down. Would have been a 3-player mowdown, and now Axile feeling as though he can go forward as he damn well pleases. Ah, that A site's actually wide open for the taking, and what could have been a clean entry versus Hobbit would have let Frozen in. Instead, he'll find Inters, Torzy on the other side, applying pressure versus the bomb as he currently holds alone. Oh, but Shiro, that's 2 on the side of the smoke, completely cuts off what MOUZ had hoped to get going. That flank around mid, no sir. Bomb down and Axile point blank.
Incredible stuff if you missed it, worth going back to watch. Well, maybe you'll just see it again right here. We'll see.
Yeah, right. That's what we hope. Current B setup's nothing but Frozen. Still a young man, and yet so much experience on this roster. Longest standing member. That nade, yeah, that's going to welcome a ton of damage versus Frozen. All he wanted to do was chuck a frag. Instead, he's sitting on a single point of HP as Cloud9 flood through this B site. Nice deagle damage, though. Exertion can play the same game. He'll take Shiro down to 2 HP.
Frozen, more maps played than all 4 of his teammates combined.
Insane.
How many, and he's 20, how many can say that? Frozen looks like a rookie, you know, and it's like he has been one of the least talked about, consistent top players in the game, and that's partially because he's never had a team good enough to give him a spot in the top 20. Your team has to be good enough, even if you are good enough. And Mousesports have always donated their not donate. I mean, they got some money from it. They try to stay cash positive, giving away players to other teams. They've seen niko, they've seen Kerrigan, they've seen Rops, they've seen Chris Side. You better believe it's going to have a lot to do with them.
So far, MOUZ, again, this is just the recycled buy of the last round, so we call it a freebie. Couldn't stop C9 from pressing into that B site. Not with Frozen. So little HP so quickly. C9 will make you sweat. They will press into all different positions. Your utility will be gone, and you wouldn't have seen a soul before all of a sudden all hell breaks loose. And right now, it's looking like Arch side's gonna be that battleground. Torzy, a talking point.
Nice tracking.
And he gets away with it, plus some damage onto nafany. He's gonna go right back in. Second servings, but he turns his back to nafany, and Shiro had already got back around the corner. Dexter fired his feet. It's gonna leave a man inside sight isolated. JDC, what can you offer? 25 seconds, a great distraction out from Library. Site player seen, Axile's low, right there with nafany, but Shiro takes up the reins and charges through the site.
Axile's spray is nothing short of unbelievable sometimes. He adjusts back about 45 degrees and makes it look like his mouse is in the starting position. Like, yeah, it's just a player who has half armor and a pistol shooting at him, but that's the Axile we have come to see really frequently this year. Maui called him best rifler of the year. He's not even the best rifler on the team right now at this major, but in the grander scheme of things, yeah. And in terms of higher peaks, I think if you asked Hobbit directly, he'd be like, yeah, Axile. Yeah, he's the guy who I expect in the beginning. When I saw that NaVi comeback match, 16-14, Axile 33 kills.
Yeah.
You know, but outside of that, has struggled here and there. You know he can do it, and right
now it's a little bit of banana pressure. And the apartment's entirely under the feet of C9. They decide on their own to walk away, and Dexter, well, he's looking for a little something, as was Frozen, but with presence now being heard, he's gonna fall away from this. They could try to press through. nafany's looking at the entry. Nice grenade, though. Axile dropped to 46. It's gonna make it hard for him to follow up. Oh, Frozen and Torzy. Oh, it is all too easy. Woo. MOUZ, they just have Cloud9 trickle out of a smoke in front of them, uninspired, no players blind. They put them where they need to be, when they need to be, and with it, MOUZ a 7th.
Clearly, MOUZ knew exactly what was coming right there. They were pressed up both against Oranges and CT, ready to fight. Torzy jumps Coffins as well, looking for this duel. So coming out of both sides of the smoke, it's a novel concept. We've seen teams try to do it. I don't think you're often going to want entry into B site, having to run through a smoke, but they had a game plan for it. It just did not work out here at all. Look at the CT swarming on them. The trifecta of players, and without any of them dying. There's no way to trying to do the same thing. And Axile close up here. Oh my God, Dexter.
Let's go.
My God.
Finds Hobbit trying to just prance around the mid setup. Frozen very much stuck in behind sandbags. nafany trying to hone in on him. Axile's been hit. Look at this. Look at all the damage stacking up against Cloud9. And Frozen still just thrives on top until nafany runs in. Lucky to be alive. But his nade just bounced back. It hit the door frame. An unlucky smoke pings off of the wall. And with that, they can't continue forward here. nafany would have loved to try to find another kill. He's the only member of C9 this round to offer anything, and that utility bombardment on Banana was the demise of Cloud9 in round 20.
Gotta appreciate that little one-way smoke that Frozen throws to the in front of the sandbags. Gets up on top of it, doesn't get 2 kills, of course. nafany's the one to find the trades, but they made that very hard to approach him. And the smoke missing is one thing, but we also had Torzy miss a very easy shot. He had a great setup for that attack, coming through CT spawn. Felt like he was gonna win that round straight off. And it kicks off right here with Dexter in the hard angle. nafany playing well is an important storyline here for Cloud9. Oh, there we go.
Redemption.
There we go. It was all a ruse. It's all scripted here in Rio.
Honestly, with Cloud9...
We got Furia into playoffs 3-0. You think that was an accident?
No. Spectacularly unexpected fashion. Redemption in Rio thus far. Dexter, love it. gets aggressive, plays into the apartments. He's got players right outside, but they have seen him. So Dexter knows when a game is too dangerous. And he starts to peel himself away. But shadow spotted, Hobbit, easy, gonna gun him down. He's trying to reach for that M4. And sure enough, adds it here to the collection of rifles. Cloud9 will swing in round 21.
Yeah.
Giro didn't see anybody.
Now it's about adding time to the clock. They picked up a gun where they didn't know if they would find one. This kill, oh man, Mousesports. This is their map pick. They just won a great round and a couple of rounds here on CT to make this comeback. But you better believe, even with the guns here, they're going up against one in the site, Exertion, playing for retake protocols, and they're going to come through this.
That they will. This time with a smoke in front, but at least the incendiary holds them back for a couple extra seconds. It allows Frozen to add himself and really sets up Exertion to shine. Quick trade back from Hobbit.
Oh, they waited. Another gun goes down.
Stalled and stuttered. And still they follow through.
No one in CT to nade the plant. Mousesports, one of the highest retake percentages, the highest retake percentage of any team here at the Major.
Well, let's see it. Inter's still standing on the ledge. Axile pressed into the pit. Hobbit showing nothing as Shiro continues to hold flank. There will not be a CT from this direction. JDC takes it into his own hands, gets wrecked by Hobbit as he finally decides to emerge from back sight. And while Torzy's connecting shots at this point, they're all coming at him. 2 hit.
Thought it would be when Torzy joined the team. And that much is cool.
Yeah, that kind of was like the trailer for Torzy when he first joined. That's what we all came to expect. It's what we got as well, to be fair, right? A few months of just excellent play.
Psychologically, the other problem for MOUZ in this round specifically, it is going to be crystal clear how much they have to go up against. This is the first in Cloud9 we're talking about. They know if they win this round, it's like almost literally match point. So if they weren't sweating enough already, I mean, they're going to have to take a shower after this round because you know they're going to squeeze it for everything that it's worth. And that means trying to even get as many kills as possible, even if they lose. They're keeping MOUZ on the brink with every little bit of strategy on top of having a big advantage straight off. And now they've got 3 attracted to B. We're looking for a B retake right now in this in-between timing, and Cloud9 are trying to beat that timing with A hit.
It looks like they are going to, assuming that they can follow through, assuming that the double Balk setup doesn't shred them. JDC turns away, still he gets Nappany. The fallback's there for him. Dexter in with another. Inters hunts the second kill, but JDC awaits him. It's such little HP for Inters that JDC comes up with the reload, and Hobbit, well, point blank, he gets wrecked. Shiro turns it back towards short, and now on the escape. Oh, it's over top the wall. A bunch of space for free. He sits within those smokes. This is going to keep MOUZ on high alert. Torzy, missed shot on the jump over. Dexter being set up. Ooh, nice and easy. 2 off of the M4. Shiro with the Glock out. Looking for a little more damage here. It's all going to count towards something, but JDC swings out, and that's MOUZ onto a 10. We've seen them stuffed at the B site. We've seen them follow through at the B site. It boils down to how much health they have as they get to the front of it, and whether that closest support is in position. Frozen already moving back over.
Sometimes you force a team to gamble if they get tired of going through those protocols, because we saw C9 try to cheat them last time. So instead, MOUZ are not playing 3B. They're ready for this A hit. They've got eyes on mid.
It's going to be a crunch. Dexter eyes up, ready for the first fight, nice and clean. Won't be able to finish off Hobbit, but now it's Torzy's chance. We can't see missed shots, and we don't. He finishes the little that was left of Hobbit. JDC presses in. Woo! Best Inters heads up, and with 25 seconds, they're going to try to get into the bomb site. Axile has not been given a target. Torzy decides to take the initiative, and Shiro simply has to walk away.
Good call here from MOUZ. Perfect position. Even though Dexter goes 1 for 1, he gets the info. Torzy stays alive on lane, deep angle. They're waiting for the fight. They're not trying to peel back and go for retakes and wait for rotation. So you have to appreciate that. MOUZ knew what they were signing up for, and it wasn't as strong.
The only major champion in this server with the world-class 4K on the Deeg. Now still working with pieces. MP9 FAMAS Double M4 op, and C9 maybe having felt what was once an open balcony. They're going to try to find that timing again. It worked out wonderfully last attempt. Dexter's MP9 is being helped out by JDC, but Dexter's dead, and JDC still looking to hang on, won't be able to. Not with Hobbit firing that sharp. Another headshot comes through, and a bomb plant now inevitable. We've got this press in from middle. Exertion trying to puff his chest, trying to serve up the distraction, so maybe timing can lend its hand to Frozen, to Torzy, to MOUZ. But silently they scuttle away, back to underneath the floorboards. At this point, all they want is safety, and Cloud9 have broken through that A site yet again. 15 locked in. And 4 map points on Inferno.
Oh, all the halls pop right there, and that's MOUZ full investment. I mean, something changed. Hobbit hit that 27th frag, that deagle round into the next. A very clean and fast call. It's not thorough. They don't work too much map control. They just go for it, and NaVi out front. Scary. It's getting desperate.
The most horrifying piece of it all is Hobbit. And yet again, here he goes. Unwinding onto Exertion top banana. Frozen lies in wait. Look at this, peeling already all of MOUZ away from that A site. They are so worried about the follow through here from Cloud9, and honestly, it's not a bad call, not for the time being. Interruptive utility thrown out, and silence from C9.
It's about to be a dogfight here on the B side.
Torzy lands it, but NaVi survives. And having seen that op, is it enough to peel it all back? Are they going to send any kind of a scout party over towards that A site?
He seems so nervous about the fact that Torzy just showed his face there after the rifle went down at the top of Banana. But on the scout here is NaVi, and I'm not talking about the weapon. He's going to try to gain some information and either get a kill, find out how many are here, or bring his team back.
Time is critical.
Yeah, we'll see if he catches this.
Looking to follow through with still 3 members of MOUZ in position. Ooh, the flashes find their home, but it's Axile to take down Frozen. Meanwhile, that A fight goes down the way of MOUZ, so now they fixate into B. Hobbit, with such little health, continues, but Dexter's back at it, and he gets chopped off by Shiro. It needs to be Torzy, and he was so preoccupied on the other side of this map that you'd think he has no footing left in this one. MOUZ's pick of Inferno, he hopes, and another miss could spell disaster. A second chance at life versus Hobbit, but there comes Shiro from the corner, and there goes Cloud9.